Good morning, it's your boy Deric coming live from his vehicle, giving you guys another Mindset Friday. So today we're going over dreams again, and in today's conversation we'll talk more about believing in yourself. It's one thing to have dreams, it's nothing to hold on to them, even though everybody around you may be telling you not to, they don't believe in you, that's too much, stuff like that. So do you believe yourself? I mean, that's one of the things we want to talk about is, do you believe your own dreams? Are you buying into your own PR? This is critical. You have to be able to trick your mind into believing what you want to become. Look, everyone that is great started out like everybody else. The only difference with them is they had a dream of becoming bigger, and they got their brain to believe that, and they started moving towards that, and they did the necessary action step by step to do it. No one ever, walks into being the greatest salesperson in the world, the greatest architect, the greatest, nurse, doctor, lawyer. You train hard for that, and a lot of that goes along, and without the hard training, you don't get that. Without the tough times, you never become the finished product. So when you're going through tough times, it's easy to settle in and say, I'm all set, I'm not going to do it, and give up. And we tell ourselves different things in that situation to make it all right. We'll say stuff like one of the things I want to strive to do would be a person of excellence, right? So if I'm shopping and I get a box of cereal that I don't want, well, I don't put it back at the detergent. A person of excellence brings it back and puts it back where it's supposed to go. I used to tell myself all the time, well, if I do that, these guys that have the job to put shit back, I'm taking them out of work. And that was my arrogance telling me that, when I should have just done the right thing and took their steps. I do that now, you know what I mean? I put my carriage in the corral after I'm done, or I bring it back into the cart. If I see a loose carriage, I put that in there too, just because that's what someone, a good person does, right? So I want to talk to you guys about today, some of these things that are out there. Especially some of the greatest treasures in the world. Wondering where you guys think the greatest treasures of the world are hidden. Do you think they're in the diamond mines of South Africa? Are they in Fort Knox? Are they at the bottom of the sea in a sunken treasure ship? Those all would be good answers if I asked you, but the reality is most of the world's biggest treasures are in graveyards. They're the unseen dreams that people had that never used them, right? The ideas that people had but were afraid of the criticism, so didn't do the necessary steps to take action to make those things happen. And they're full of them. They're full of people being critical of you can stop you from doing everything right in your tracks if you allow it. When you have a dream, it doesn't matter how crazy it sounds. If you work at that, you will get it. It just takes time and effort. Like, look at the story of that woman, Susan Boyle. You guys probably know her story. She was on England Got Talent. Her story was she was a daughter of a coal miner. The father worked. They had 3 kids. The father struggled to keep the family supported working at a coal mine. During childbirth, Susan's mother had struggled with her. Susan went out with oxygen for a long time during the birth, and when she came out, the doctors are pleased that she made it, but they said to her, don't expect much from Susan. She'll be an underprivileged person. She had some problem, birth defects. Don't expect much out of her. And she heard that for a good portion of her life, and till the time she was 48, and she was single and had nothing really going for her, and decided to go out to a contest to sing. She took a bus to get down to the venue, to England's Got Talent. She ended up taking the wrong bus and took 6 buses to get to it. When she finally got there, she saw these young people on stage, and they're all dressed to the T's, and they look great. And you've probably seen the YouTube video. She walks on stage, and the lead judge there, Simon Cowell, kind of gave her a snarl, and he asked her what she wanted to do and said she wanted to sing, and people in the audience kind of laughed. And out of nowhere, this beautiful voice came out. God's put treasure inside of all of us. We all have a treasure inside of us. It's a dream that we just, you have to plant it. We talked about this last time. You have to plant this dream. A seed doesn't become a plant unless it goes in the dark place first, right? You can't take a seed and say become a plant. You have to plant it in the earth, in the dark place for it to germinate. It's the only time it's going to work. Sometimes you have to go to the dark place to become the plant you want to be, right? So one of the things that stops people is what they call sitting in their own ashes. So are you sitting in your ashes of failure? Do you kind of let that happen, whether it's a failed divorce, bankruptcy, someone did you wrong, there's injustice done to you? Do you let that determine the rest of your life? Do you sit in that? I mean, it's okay to have that, and it's okay to have sorrow for that. and have a season of sorrow, for sure. There's no problem with that at all. But you can't let that become your life. You can't let that season of sorrow become your life, because then you won't get the beauty for the ashes, right? God's promised us beauty for ashes. Everyone's going to have a hard time. We know that. Everyone who writes books now about their story, no one that was ever born out and came out with $5 million like, woo, let's make this 50. It took hard work for most people to get there. There may be the one or two stories, someone born with a silver spoon, but other than that, most people had to work their asses off to get where they are today. So, you know, it's okay to have a season of ashes, but you have to know that we also have what they call a pruning season, right? What happens to a plant when you cut one branch? Two come off. Do you think the plant likes it? I'm sure it doesn't, but it gets bigger, right? So the same thing that we have to think about when we go through hard times. It might just be our pruning season, right? We're getting something's cut so that we can grow out to be more than we have to. So if you can change your perception of how you think when things happen to you. I mean, listen, no one wants anything bad to happen to them. I certainly don't want anything bad to happen to me. I had enough of it happen to me already. But some of those things change you. I mean, they make you who you become. So I guess the whole point of this is you have to believe in your own. You have to believe in your own dream. Last time we talked about the dream itself, but now I want to talk to you about you guys just about. Make sure you believe your own dream, that you can accomplish this. That even though you're going through rough times, whatever has happened in the past is the past. You have to let go and keep that dream going. Even if you try to do your dream and you get shut down 3, 4, 5 times, don't let those people stop you from becoming the person that you want to be, right? The story of Abraham Lincoln, you guys will probably all know that. He ran for city councilman, he didn't make it. He ran for mayor, he didn't make it. He ran for selectman, he didn't make it. He ran for the Senate, he didn't make it. He ran for vice president, he didn't make it. But he ran for president and he made it. So why is that? He had to go through all those things to become the great president that he became. And he was criticized. He used to carry a piece of paper around with him. An article that was in the paper about how great he was at one speech. And he kept that because what you don't know about Abraham Lincoln is that there was so much negative press around him. Just like, you know, the presidents you see now, whether it's George Bush, Barack Obama, whoever's in office, everyone hates him. Doesn't matter. And whatever happened, everyone blames him for that. And I don't know, you know, I'm not getting into politics, who did what or whatever. I just know that we hear that stuff all the time about everybody. Who owns an office now? Oh, he sucks. Blah, 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 blah. Look at this economy. We don't know what the cause of everything was. You know what I mean? But the reality now is, don't let those people destroy your dream. You want to make sure that you keep a dream in the forefront, you keep it here, and you tell yourself every day it's going to happen. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Leave any questions, comments here. I'm helping you guys. I'll see you at the next Mindset Friday.